If you clicked on this video expecting to see me criticize Pay to Drive for his recent spread of misinformation for the Para app, you clicked on the wrong video. At this time, I'd like to refer you to 3 links I left in the description below. The first link is from Tanner Markley, where he seriously criticizes Pay to Drive for spreading misinformation about the Para app. The second link is from Right Upstate, where Right Upstate interviews Para themselves, and they officially confirm that Pay to Drive is completely full of shit. They actually did an investigation. And the third link is from Hannibal Was Hungry, not in very, very, very nicely and very sweet-like criticizing Pay to Drive, saying if this is true, then you need to give us more information so we can discuss and figure out what the problem is. All 3 of those links are in the description below. I'm not, as far as how I feel about the Para app, I could give a shit less, because I'm already working on an app that shows full transparency, and that's called GrubHub. As far as I'm concerned, Pete, throw out all the misinformation you want about Para. I'm all for it. No, today we're going to simply go over a few clips from Pay to Drive's channel. I am simply going to lay down the facts and ask you, the viewer, is Pay to Drive a hypocrite? Let's get up, let's get gig ready.
I'm miserable and I'm gonna let this guy have it. Feel free. Use me as a punching bag, no problem.
So Pete, every time you say that on your YouTube channel, I get a letter in the mail, usually with a $50 Amazon gift card. In this case, it is a year subscription to PlayStation Plus. And this is from the person you called the Pro-Tro. Let's read. Dear Jeremy Kaiser, aka Gig Ready, I have a new challenge for you if you choose to accept it. Find a simple, light-hearted topic that is practically meaningless about Pay to Drive or his content and make a video based on it. The idea is to see if it is possible for you to criticize Pay to Drive without him getting butthurt about it. Dude, that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. A few videos back, I simply said the term Pay to Drive very sarcastically, and that's my way of putting emphasis on something or quotes on something, and Pete said that I was throwing shade at him, and I rewatched the video 3 times. Yeah, I said it very sarcastically, but throwing shade? Okay, on with the note. Or to see if he will even acknowledge it. No. For your time, I have enclosed a 12-month subscription to PlayStation Plus. I noticed you were running out. If Pete gets salty about it, then proceed with the plan that we have previously discussed. I will get started on it as soon as this video is over. Okay, well, let's get into it. So, just for context, this first clip is going to be where Pete refuses to say the name Para.
I will not, I repeat, I will not be giving out the name of the app. Pete, well, why would you tease us with it? Why would you do that? Because I'm trying to help you. There is an app that several people have been talking about. Okay, I do know the name of it. Several of you have sent me the website and the information for it. I checked it out. I looked into it. If you happen to stumble upon this app by yourself, it is a third-party app, okay, that gets associated with your Dasher account. And what it does is when you receive an order or an offer, it will text you and tell you the name of the restaurant, the base pay you're getting, plus what the tip is. Because a lot of people have been experiencing those payouts where they cannot see the tip amount, okay?
In this clip, I edited it down to where it was short on time and it didn't bore everybody to death. But it shows Pete using his Fifth Amendment right to not say the name of the app, which he has come out and said the full name of the app as of late. I'm a huge patriot of the United States of America. My son's in the Army. I personally believe our First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech, is backed by our Second Amendment right, which is right to bear arms. With that being said, I am just as much of an advocate for the Fifth Amendment. If you do not want to say something, you should not have to say something. I have to take Pete's side here. Him, UDM, DoorDash Dad, all three at the time did not want to say the name of the app for whatever their reasons were. And I stand beside them and I uphold them for that. If you do not want to say something, you should not. However, if you want to say something, you should have the freedom and the right and the ability to. The downside of freedom of speech kind of is you could just pull the flat earth theory out of your hat and try to get people to believe that. So there's a lot of misinformation out there about everything due to freedom of speech, but I still uphold freedom of speech because if you have an opinion about something, you should be free to express that. So I stand beside and behind Pay to Drive for not wanting to say the Para name for his reasonings, which from what I understand is because people can get deactivated, which from what I understand has not happened yet. But I'm on Pete's side as of right now. Okay, Pete, taking notes? I'm on your side, brother. Let's move on to the second clip. I found this one pretty interesting, but this one's the one. This is the one that sparked the idea for this video. So let's head into it.
Some Dashers have been taking food, and that's meant for customers. So what they're doing, and I feel like I need a disclaimer. What I am saying is for educational purposes. Okay, so please, what I'm about to say will get you deactivated. It's a promise. You might get away with it once or twice, but you will be deactivated. So from this moment further in the video, that is your disclaimer. I am saying this just so you can understand what he's talking about and why these restaurants are asking to see the phone. Okay? So what's happening is DoorDash drivers, let's say there's an order for this Chinese restaurant or a PF Chang's or a Cheesecake Factory, really anywhere. This doesn't matter where. So they see the order, right? They go in, and what they do is they take a screenshot of the order screen, but what they do is they unassign the order, so it gets sent to another driver. They go into the counter and they show the screenshot, and they say, hey, I'm picking up for Michael or Bill or whatever it is, and they show the screenshot. So they still know the order number, the customer name, and all that stuff. So it fools the restaurant. You know what I mean? And then what happens is they take the food for themselves, they eat it, and then the customer gets screwed, and the next driver gets screwed, and the restaurant gets screwed.
Alrighty. Now, I know that Pay to Drive at this point is expecting me to tear off his head and shit down his neck, but that's not what's getting ready to happen. Actually, in my personal beliefs, there's a gray area when it comes to scams and how they work and breaking down the scam. I think good people are going to do good things, and I think bad people are going to do bad things. Okay, the gray area is not to be naive or stupid or ignorant, but in order to not be stupid, naive, or ignorant, you have to have knowledge about how these things work. I remember the first time I ran into this scam at Papa John's, and I walked in and told them who I was there for, and they said the previous driver had already picked that up. I did not know what was going on or what to do or what to think, and my first question to Papa John's was, well, how did he have the address? Oh, he just showed it to us on the screen, and of course the driver got off scot-free. I wound up not knowing really what to do at the time. I wound up canceling out of the order and heading on down the road just to receive a phone call from DoorDash asking why the hell I haven't delivered the food. And I was like, because I didn't know what to do. I got there, they refused to give me the food because they already handed it to the first driver. If I had known that that was a scam and I got tied in the middle of a scam, I could have called DoorDash on the spot immediately and got it reported and got it kind of straightened out. Maybe not. But either way, I think it's important for us to know what scams are and how they work, so when we run into them, we will, those of us who give a shit about our job will know how to appropriately react without getting our ass handed to us and we're deactivated later on down the road. My conflict is at this point, Pete is not wanting to say the name Para because it could cause you to get your account deactivated, but he's willing to break down to a T how a scam works. And yes, Pete, I'm aware that this was your way of saying fuck you, Jeremy, from the Pay to Drive 2 channel, where it was written in the script for me to call you out for this. That's your problem. I just think it's very interesting that Pete will completely break down ABC steps on how to scam the system while acknowledging it will get you deactivated, but he, at the time, did not want to say the name Parrot because it would get you deactivated. I'm just like, where's the line cross here? But here's the next clip where Pete's talking about how disgusting it is when people exchange this information online and show people how it actually works. Let's take a look.
Customers that are thieves are basically telling each other how to scam the system. It's wrong.
So yeah, Pete, you got me a little bit confused here, and like I said, like the letter said, make a meaningless subject, and I couldn't find anything more meaningless than this. So now I'm not prosecuting you at stake. The Salem witch hunt. This is why is it okay to break down how a scam works to a T? Not okay to say para, which you now do. But anyway, that's all I have today. And as always, this is Gig Ready reminding you that life is truly stranger than fiction and ignorance is bliss. Goodbye.